following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talk Road Rally. Let's talk about that. We're going to talk about March. Macho Madness.
In April.
The third round. Let's start off with Mike Hogan's bracket. My bracket right here.
Right
we got a number 1 seed and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, taking on number 5 seed, Tully, Blanchard. Horseman versus Horseman.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, it is very interesting, but you know you have a pecking order like in everything, and Ric Flair is the head and shoulders above the rest in the Four Horsemen. So who you think would take the win would be Ric Flair, because Tully Blanchard knows that
where his place is.
Where his place is, yeah.
But honestly, if you look at it though, to me, even though Arn Anderson was the enforcer, to me, if Flair wasn't there to be the leader, I would look at Tully Blanchard as a leader, though.
Oh, yeah.
I would look at him as number 2 in command, the co-captain. Because Arn was always a tag team.
That's true.
Then next you have, am I doing this or you doing this?
Yeah, you can do that one, yes.
I'm doing this.
Yes, Flair advances. T's going to go on into the semifinal.
Ooh, against who? We're going to tell you right now.
Yes.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, the number 3 seed, Hollywood Hogan.
Oh, very good match. Flair Hogan. Come on. We've seen it before. Or
will Hollywood Hogan lose to the number 2 seed, the man, the vigilante, the icon, the Joker, Sting.
the Hall of Famer.
The Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Who brought up Joker Sting?
Which is, yeah.
Which is like, hey, what are you going to do, fire me? I'm already retired.
People knew. He didn't say TNA. He just said all the people I think
He
played.
did not say TNA, he just said Joker Sting, and they popped for it big time, ladies and gentlemen. And in this particular situation, you got a number 3 Hollywood Hogan, you got a number 2 Sting, and just like in their encounter that built up for over a year, I believe at Starrcade. So we're going to see that coming up in the next few weeks on part 2, because it was a Starrcade. I believe it was 97 or 98. As Sting, in this particular situation, just like there, will defeat Hollywood Hogan.
Wow.
So we're going to end it with Mike Hogan's bracket. It's going to be a number 1 seed, Ric Flair, taking on a number 2 seed, Sting.
Wow.
We go all the way to 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. I see you.
Exactly.
And now we're up next to the Justin Carter bracket. And we have number 8 seed, Ravishing Rick Rude, taking number 4 seed, Stunning Steve Austin.
And you know what that is? Dangerous Alliance versus Dangerous Alliance.
That's very weird, ain't it?
Weird, and we didn't plan it.
We did not plan that way. Just wait for
Flip of the coins at this point, you know?
It is. But at this point in time, Rude had the experience.
It's because we're looking at their WCW time.
And with that little bit of experience, Rude would pick up the win over Stunning Steve Austin.
Absolutely.
If it was Ravishing Rick Rude taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Stone Cold
would win. But not in this case. Number 8 seed, in an upset, I'd say.
84.
Beat number 4.
Absolutely.
Stunning Steve Austin.
And then finally, in my bracket, the Justin Carter bracket, we have a number 3 seed, the Giant.
Ooh, the Giant.
Yes, the big slow. But we're not looking at his WWE
No,
days. We're looking at the WCW time.
The young, long hair, supposed to be Andre the Giant's son.
First match he ever had, winning the World Championship.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And he's taking on the number 2 seed. And that number 2 seed is the Michael Dream to the Rhodes, if you will.
Dusty Rhodes, a Hall of Famer, taking a giant of a man who won the world title in his first match. I mean,
in this situation, you also have NWO versus NWO.
That's true.
Because Dusty Rhodes was one of the managers in the NWO for Scott Hall.
He was.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen. So, but we're looking at their time when they were, Dusty was a world champion, Dusty was a U.S. champion. I believe Giant, I know he was a world champion. I know in WCW was a U.S. champion, or WWE was a U.S. champion. I don't know about WCW though. I can't remember if he was a U.S. champion in WCW.
He might not have been.
He was tag team champion with Sting though, I do know that.
They might have been looking world only for a Giant.
So in this particular case, with the experience level, at this time, you know, the Giant's been around now for 15 years or so, probably 20. But in this particular case, Dusty had been around so much longer. He's got all the experience in the world, where Giant is just starting out.
Yes.
Within his first 2 or 3 years in the business. He had
And
never had a
Dusty-
match before when he won the belt against Hollywood Hogan.
And Dusty was smiling. He was a calm man. He was the people. But Dusty at one time was very, very evil.
That's right. Him and his old buddy. What's his name?
Dick Murdoch.
Dick Murdoch. I almost said Dick Slater. Don't want to mix those two up.
Yeah. So facing Dusty, I mean, it's a hard pick for you. It's a number 3 seed. It's a number 2 seed. I mean, what does your gut tell you? Who would pick up the win?
My gut tells me it's the Common Man that will have all the tricks up his sleeve that will be able to beat the Giant. He will know every trick in the book. He's fought the best of the best. He's fought Tully. He has fought Ric Flair. He knows what underhanded tactics are used when it comes to matches, and he knows what to look for, and he can battle the Giant, and he can bob and weave with the best of them.
He can.
Jab and get out the way, jab and get out the way.
Yeah.
So, I think in this case, in reality, he would be able to beat the Giant.
And our semifinals. It's gonna be huge, as we have number 1 seed Ric Flair taking on number 2 seed Sting, and we have a number 8 seed in Rick Rude, a pretty much dark horse.
Dark horse at this time.
Taking on a number 2 seed in American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Yes, he's very far off. Number 8 is very far off from
Who?
1, 2, and 2.
Out of these 4, which 2?
We'll go on to the
The
finals.
finals. And we will find out next week
Flair versus
as we
Sting.
will pick the winners of the semifinals, and then in part
And
4
the
we will pick
finals.
the finals. We will have a winner next week.
On episode 100.
Our big 100.
So we're ending things, and we may be beginning things on episode 100. You never know. But you got Flair versus Sting and Rude versus Dusty. This right here, those are 2 main event matches.
They are.
2 main event matches.
I would love to see it.
Huge
I would
matches.
love to see it. Even in WWE, I would love to see it.
I don't even know if we ever
Dusty.
had Rude and Dusty.
I don't think we ever had Rude and Dusty.
Maybe it's the polka dots, but he never feuded with Rude there.
Nope.
It was Macho Man and Teddy DiBiase.
Yeah.
That was just 2 memorable feuds.
That's it. And Boss Man,
There you go, that's true.
because he wore the hat and he carried the nightstick one time.
That's true. Because
Well,
Boss Man was banned at that point.
That's it. Well, that's it for part 3. I mean, it was pretty quick because, hey, we was
Well,
talking about
we're
we was
getting
talking
down
about
to the
Macho
nitty-gritty.
Man. Yes. So let's come on back to part 4 of the list.
That does not miss.
As we're going to do the top 15 predictions of what WWE will look like in 2020. At number 7, Big E will be the first African-American WWE champion. And we'll also talk about, we'll get the storybook back out in story time again in Chapter 4, the Nexus Invasion.
Yes, the endings that screwed great WWE storylines and what should have happened. Plus, 15 biggest matches WWE should have booked in the 90s but did not.
We're starting that new, folks. We have been doing the 80s on every other week, every other show. We're starting this week with the 90s.
So it's going to be every other week. It's going to be 80s.
Yep.
Every other week is going to be 90s.
Next week will be 80.
Then
following
the following
will be 90.
night.
Yep.
Very good. And then, ladies and gentlemen, huge. This is huge. We ever do it, and we do it every year.
We do.
We do it every year. It is the Top Rope Reality way too early WrestleMania 33 predictions. He's got a card. I've got a card. We're going to tell you what we think from what happened at WrestleMania and where the direction of the company's going. What we think might be the matches at WrestleMania.
And let's see how close we get. You never know.
How close will we be?
I mean, all the injuries we had this past year, it changed the card totally.
Totally.
Everybody could be back, and it could be a totally better card.
That's
in
true.
Orlando, folks.
Orlando!
Let's come on back to part 4. I'm Mike Hogan.
Not just a cat.
We'll see you in a few clicks. Not clicking? Oh, okay. New Sean. Jeez, New Sean!
We got a new shit!